whether standing, walking, or sitting, lying down or whenever awake. One should develop this mindfulness. This is called divinely dwelling here. Morning, friends. One should develop this mindfulness. Right? That's an important line. Buddha's telling us right there that this is a mindfulness, right? Being mindful, being remembering to practice metta in our thoughts, words, and our deeds, right? Remembering, having the recollection. Because if it's untrained, if it's not a habit, then we easily forget it. But as Buddha says, if we make it our vehicle, practice it, develop it, perfect it, then it's always there. Then it is a mindfulness that's always there. And this is, he comes in here with all the postures, whether standing, walking, or sitting, lying down, or whenever awake. So as long as you have consciousness, you can have metta. Right? As long as you have consciousness, you can have metta. And when you do so, this is called divinely dwelling here, Brahma Vihara. Right? That's what the Buddha calls the 4 Brahma Viharas. Brahma, the highest heaven realm, the highest God. Vihara, dwelling. So when you practice metta, when you abide in metta, whether walking, standing, lying down, sitting, whenever awake, then you are abiding in the heaven realms. The mind is as if in heaven. Right? That's what the Buddha is saying here. Buddha is encouraging us to practice metta, to keep metta very close, like a mother protects her only child, to keep metta very close, to build up and develop our metta so that we always have it with us no matter what we're doing. So that every interaction with ourselves and with others comes from a basis of metta. Right? That is the mindfulness that is done. As long as you are conscious, you can practice this metta. And when you do so, then you are protecting your metta, like a mother protects her only child. And so tomorrow, we're going to come to the end of Metta Sutta. But for today, we can keep these reflections in mind. Right? Anytime you would try to do anything the whole day, you realize very shortly, like that's basically impossible. If I said for the whole day, then you should practice metta. If you're lucky, maybe you'll have metta in your mind 3% of the day. Right? That's just how it goes. The same thing when you're trying to develop the ability to have satipatthana, to have mindfulness with you at all times. Right? What I learned and what I put into practice and what helped me was what I call 1 in 59. Others call it minute mindfulness. It's a pretty common technique that I've seen taught by many, many different teachers. I learned it at Bhavana. And so the idea was to, the last minute of every hour, to stop and pause and bring your mindfulness to the fore, to your mind and body, and just be there. Or maybe follow your breath, whatever you'd like to do just for the minute, just to kind of train your mind to come to mindfulness, right? And you could do that with metta too. If you want to say like the last minute of every hour, say, oh, now let me spread out my metta, right? Let me spread out my metta. And then as you do that, as you develop that as a habit, what happens is, same thing with mindfulness, metta, all of these practices, your mind sees opportunities. Oh, you have to go for a walk to the next office? Well, I can practice metta. I can pervade metta out while I'm walking. Right? Oh, I have to drive in my car. Well, I can practice mindfulness. I can practice metta as I'm driving in my car. Right? You see, all of a sudden, all of these opportunities to practice open up. Right? So this is what I suggest, giving metta a shot, just to try to keep metta in mindfulness and metta. Right? Because really, it's all one practice in a way. right? It all comes from the same core. You have to, that's why sati, no matter what you do, sati is important. Mindfulness and recollection. To remember to practice, to remember to keep developing your mind of metta. And so with that, friends, I wish you a very spiritually successful and peaceful day. We're halfway through the week, so I hope you're having a good week. And hopefully I will see you again tomorrow for another morning monastery experience. So until then, time, friends, Sukhi Hotu, may you be happy. Practice well and be well. And thank you, John, for helping out the channel. Always appreciated.